to another ICC Banter Blitz. It's Friday, approaching 9 PM tonight. So let's see. Let's start off with just waiting for some challenges. Oh, let me mute that thing over there. Pardon me. Let's start off with either a 3 or a 5 minute auto pairing. I'll kick off both maybe. Okay, we got a 5 minute. An FM, always strong opponents on the auto pairing. So I'm going to say hi on stream, wait for my opponent to move, and okay. Hello. Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe he's not there, or we can abort and maybe try a 3 minute auto pairing. Okay, and I think I'll go and transpose into an open Sicilian, maybe with G3, with the idea of Bishop F4. I think I've seen this in. It's not working here, is it? Whoa, maybe I haven't seen this exact position. I'm confusing it. The knight's protecting the rook, so I'm not sure about knight takes for bishop takes, but queen takes, because the knight's protecting the rook. That's a point I've noticed here. Yes, it's getting pretty sharp pretty quickly, this position. Can I try and castle queenside? Oh, am I just getting done over? Can I protect my c3 square? This is very unusual. Very, very unusual chain of events. I don't think I've had this ever in the game before. That's the beauty of chess. I don't think I've ever had this position. I'm usually playing Smith Morigami anyway, so. But yeah, this is like the pin variation. Unfortunately, it seems might be pin variation gone wrong for me at the moment. Slightly wrong for me. Let's see. Castle queenside here. There's always maybe e3 attacking the rook. I'm wondering about yes. Bishop f6 for knight d5. Bishop f6 for knight d5. Is that any good? Right, just improving my opponent's pawns. I wonder. I think I have to do something. I know that's counter-intuitive, but I'm avoiding more structural damage in a way. I'm blunting the bishop for a moment. I'm hitting f6. I know it wasn't the most. Maybe knight e3 to f5, if allowed. Okay. Now, is it terrible, or just a little terrible? I can at least double rooks. Maybe bishop g4 to hold a blockade on the light squares. Bishop d7. Is there knight b8? I think I can double rooks on knight b8 to have a rook at least on the 7th rank. I'm hoping I'm not losing material too quickly. I'm actually threatening. Okay, so this 7th rank, I think I got a bit of compensation. I'm hoping I've got a bit of compensation anyway. That's the hope. I'll plunge into c6. This bishop could be dangerous. Okay, knight c6 threat or not? Is f5 bishop g5 a concern? Unfortunately, there is that check. Let's get away from that check, or just play to stop the check. So again, knight c6, rook e8. All right, I'm not sure it's entirely terrible on knight c6. Bishop d6, there's rook a7. So I'm still hitting that rook. Oh, that's an interesting turn up for the books. So trying to break a passed pawn, that's pretty dangerous, isn't it? If I took here first, does that give me more time to stop this one or not? Maybe I'm not stopping. Knight e5 to f3. If bishop d6, rook f7, this is really, really critical. Rook f7, knight f3. I've got to stop this passed pawn. It's really, whoa, critical. Okay, bishop f2 happening. Can I win a pawn over here at least? Can I save at least this centre pawn? I want to save this centre pawn. Now it's only 30 seconds for my opponent, but that was a nasty move, which I shouldn't have allowed. That makes things a whole lot worse. Oh boy, a whole lot worse. No, I don't think I've got a reply. No reply.
Check.
No reply.
Check.
No real reply here. It's resignable. Not good.
Check.
Play a few more moves.
Check.
20 seconds. What can happen in 20 seconds?
Check.
Rook d5. Still the h pawn. I've been mated. All right. Well played. I've been mated. Oh man. Oh dear, oh dear. That was unfortunate. Okay. We in the game. Okay, knight f3, g3, or bishop e2. I think bishop e2. Or actually d4. I had this terrible position before for the Vienna game with a Greek gift. I'll try. Actually, I think I've had a good game with a Greek gift here as well. Let's go for a Greek gift. Hope for the best.
Check.
Yeah.
Check.
So I want to play g6 and queen h8. Alright, maybe bishop a3 is handy to stop an escape square as well. Oh, that's just mate.
Checkmate.
Okay. Okay, that's just mate. Let's play another, maybe on the 3 minute. That was just... Oh, that pin variation. Haunting. Okay. I come on. I can do better on the 3 minute. And hit myself to do better. A little bit. Okay, 3 minute auto pairing again. Come on. Or if there's a challenge, if you want to challenge me, I'm looking at the challenges as well. Okay. Looking at the challenges. Ooh, okay, or a 3 minute or a 5 minute. Yes, I think Smith-Morrow territory is probably better for me at this time control rather than trying to improvise something in the pin variation, which I don't know too much about. Stop bishop g4 for a moment. Try and keep hold of the d5 square. Maybe bishop e6, queen c4, or just, okay, let's actually try and hold that, maybe try and hold that d5 square. So rook c1, what's happening here? So knight a5, no, knight d8 more likely, knight b8 more likely. The knight can reroute to c5. What about rook c1 there, knight d7, bishop b3 to bishop c2. This diagonal might be of interest, this diagonal here. But first, okay. Yep. It's can I get onto that diagonal? Is it too crude? Get a queen over here. That is pretty crude, but okay, bishop g5 is not yet winning the queen if I went queen h6, but knight g3 had to be addressed. I didn't want my pawn structure wrecked any more than necessary. So actually I'm not sure this is very convincing, this attacking idea in this position. Let's go back here for knight e5 d6 check. That would seem a lot more oh, knight e6 is more to the point here. Oh, I'm missing things. Oh no. Okay, I think I'm hoping that I get some. Do I get some compensation with knight e6? No, I don't even threaten mate. Oh, I don't even threaten mate. Okay, let's put the queen here. Still, I think, okay, there is still knight e6, which might be significant if d6 drops. This might be significant. The exchange down, but if I'm crashing through rook d6, rook d7, leaving that knight there, that's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to. That knight's pretty good actually. I think I want to do something else rather than give up that knight. But what exactly? Bishop h6. Oh, that knight's been teased away really. Okay. Protecting b3 there. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to block this kind of vicious looking attack if I can. Is it possible? And again, okay. Onto that. What about knight? I don't know, knight f3. Oh, this is very passive. Do I get a chance with bishop g3? Okay, bishop g3, holding the rook. It's getting a bit nasty, this. Oh, this is getting nasty. Try and hold things together. A bit longer. Queen h6. Oh, grovelly. Grovelly. Oh, there's, okay, knight g3 or knight e3. I don't know what to do here. I'll do anything. Okay, knight e3. 20 seconds. Can I survive 20 seconds? How is my luck tonight? Is it pretty bad? It probably is. It probably is pretty bad, judging from that first game. But let's punt this anyway. Form pawn. That's a bit of a lucky charm for me. The form pawns in a lot of games. Queen c3 doesn't do too much. Let's try and hold on to h6. Nope. There's a check. Maybe for bishop d4. That'd be handy if I ever got bishop d4. Take this one at least. Ooh! Can I make it? Can I make it? It's getting vicious. It's getting vicious. Sid vicious.
Check.
Throwing a check to waste my opponent's time. Time burn. Some people say time burning.
Check.
Time burning. Okay, time burning. Yeah, it's 3 minutes. It's the master of the master. The Master of Disaster. The Master of... Okay, whatever. It's cool. It's a catchy name. Yeah, it could be used in a rap, I'm sure. Catchy name. So, the Master of Disaster. Let's go, Master of Disaster. So I'm playing this because this is my first idea for to do something against the Exchange French. I had this idea, which isn't particularly good. It doesn't change the fact there's only one shared file. But it does provide, I suppose, a little bit more interest than usual. But I could probably try and do something with these pawns. Sometimes, and also sometimes I get to use the e4 square, so like knight f5, knight d6, knight e4, f5, that sort of thing might create some interest, especially if it changes the pawn structure a bit away from just the one shared file. So knight d6, knight e4. Let's see. I'm blocking that f8 there. Now, if I play f5, I do weaken. I'm weakening my e5 for sure. Okay, I accept that. But I'm trying to score e4 myself, a bit firmer. So let's see, knight e5. Well, knight e4 now. So it doesn't look entirely terrible. Maybe h6 to stop knight g5. If I want to play queen d6. That will stop bishop a3. Slight concern with knight g5. Okay, I want to also connect the rooks. So bishop d7, maybe double the rooks, and then f4 at the right time. At the moment, e4 is kind of vulnerable. Okay, so let's see. This doubling here. Will he take a knight g5? Is that something which... Okay, and if I go on that diagonal, trying to tease that diagonal a bit. Well, I like the knight on e4 for sure. I like that knight on e4. My control of e5 isn't too terrible just yet. So a bit of pressure on this diagonal. Knight b4 here might be a nuisance. I'm going to play that. It at least affords me the possibility of c6, and I think if bishop a3, a5 maybe, if c5, well, I think I'm going back like this. So I just wanted to add support for my e4 knight, but hang on, knight e5, there's knight 6 d2, right? So this is useful, this bishop h6. I think I've just taken this, the c7 square. Whoops. Okay, but that knight, as I mentioned, yeah, it's there for the taking. I think that was virtually pinned, wasn't it, to protect. Okay. Now, knight f7. Can I take from this one or just take here, I wonder? It's a piece up. As long as there's no entry point, it's cool. It's pretty cool. It's a piece up. Sort out the back row, I think. e8 in particular. Bring this knight back somewhere. Knight c7, knight e8, knight f6, knight e4 even. You can go all around to e4 to give it a nice career path, this knight. So knight e8 to c7, knight e8 to f6 to e4. Okay. Yeah, I think this is pretty comfortable. If I can play knight e8, I think I can. There's no problem, I think, there with knight e8. Just as long as the entry points aren't too welcoming, which they aren't. The bishops can't really do too much. I'm just going to get this knight into e4. Then if white took, then I'd open up this bishop here. Okay, just going to reroute this knight into e4. Or reroute. Reroute. Oh, by the way, it's a historical day today with Donald Trump, the inauguration. How does everyone feel about that on stream? Special day in politics today. He said, I think something like there's no chess grandmasters in the States. That was unfortunate though, because I think the States have done quite well in the Olympiad. I can't take it here, right? B6. Maybe he didn't mean like literally. I mean, maybe he meant in some way. But anyway, so knight e4. Okay, can I play knight e4? Okay, so knight e4, bishop g7, maybe c5. Okay, this opens up this bishop for bishop h3. I've blocked that h file. Caused some concern here on h3. Yeah.
Check.
Bishop g4, bishop f3. Now bishop f3. As long as rook f3, there's no infiltration. On the other hand, I can just get my queen up first. Queen h5. I don't even have to allow so easily the opening of the e file as a danger, if it was a danger. But queen check.
Check.
Coming in to the light squares.
Checkmate.
Is the end of that, I think. Okay. Oh wait. I'll kick off a 3-minute. Oh, sorry. Did I say I said it wrong? Inauguration. Sorry. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So okay. I'm not going to say anything more about that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Or a 5 minute. A 3 minute. Or even a 1 minute. I don't know. A 1 minute could be interesting as well. Okay, a GM on the 3-minute time control. Let's try and focus. He's not hugely gigantically rated. Right. I'm already stuck. Am I just giving him that pawn basically? Yes, anything to confuse him. I'm just going to give him that pawn. Queen e7. If I take, or knight d4, or e4, or queen a5. Interesting. Queen a5 or queen e7. Can I play this? Is that terrible? Would he play something like knight a4? Actually, so Norway GM. I'm hoping he's drunk or something. That's my hope. Let's imagine he might be. Okay, so this diagonal looks good at the moment, actually. E4 looks as though it's an annoyance here. It is a Friday night. Let's hope he's got... let's hope something. So bishop takes... I'm getting for a moment the exchange, right? Oh, hang on. I've just lost my dark squares. That wasn't clever. Okay, I didn't really want to do this. He's got bishop h6 on the cards. Knight e5 after. Knight e5. Dunno. I just had a mate in one, didn't I? I've just missed the mate in one. Remember, it's a 3-minute game. Pardon me. I think I've just missed the mate in one. That was a bit sad. I just missed the mate in one. Oh no! Oh dear. I'm sure I wasn't just hallucinating that. There was actually queen takes e2, mate. Oh come on! Try and think about the position, man. Try and think about the position. My excuse is I was playing too quickly because it's a 3-minute game. Remember, that's my excuse. It's not a 5-minute game. He blundered as well. He just let a mate in one. He just allowed a mate in one. Let's not go on about it too much. But I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of comments about the mate in one missed. Okay, I accept it. I saw it after. I just saw it too late. I have to do a sanity check on that. This is going to be horrible now, isn't it? It's going to be horrible. Oh god. Okay, I can't play this. This is unpleasant. So this is a thoroughly unpleasant position for my rook. Can I get the rook out via a6? Try and keep things vaguely closed. This f5 business doesn't bode well. It opens up that diagonal. I need to do something radical before this is a total disaster area. I think it is a total disaster area. But anyway, okay, bishop e6 to at least try and not be mated immediately. After rook f7, bishop g7, I have to play bishop e6, surely. That's try and not trust the GM king safety. Must not trust GM king safety. All the time in 3-minute chess. Okay, 24 seconds.
Check.
Is he going to do me over? There's a rook d7 though. There's check and he wins the rook. I can hit here and hit the rook. Hold on. That might be handy. I've still got f8 for the king. This might not be over. I'm hitting the rook. He's only got 15 seconds.
Check.
Okay. Is rook e6 possible to try and like win material? Actually, trying to win material here. Yeah. Now takes. He's gonna queen. Otherwise, he's got a good position anyway. That rook ending. Does he win it in 10 seconds? That's the key question. Does he win this rook ending in 10 seconds? I mean, he might. Okay, got him down a bit on the clock. If I throw in a check just to time burn at some point, throw in a check to time burn.
Check.
Didn't time burn that much. Oh, he's after my pawn. My poor little pawn.
Check.
Poor little pawn,
Check.
time burn. Well, it's down to 4 seconds. It's going
Check.
interesting. I've got this pawn here myself.
Time warning.
Yep. So we're both getting the time warnings.
Check.
1.
Check.
Oh, he ran out of time, did he? Or not? Let's see what was the result of that. Did he make it? No, he didn't. I was lucky to get that, but I'm sure I missed. Let's have a look. Did I just hallucinate? I had a mate in 1. His king was still stuck in the center, right? I'm pretty sure I played this with the idea of meeting bishop h6 with knight e5. I didn't notice actually I'd set up a battery on e2. Yes.
Checkmate.
I didn't hallucinate that. That's what happens. That's what happens in 3 minutes. That's what happens in 3 minutes. We got a rematch against him. Okay. I'm sure he's happy to play me. No, I think he wants the game to be bored. I think I accept that. Sorry. It was a bit naughty. Okay, I understand. I think he wants to play someone else now. I get it. Okay. But it is a speed game. The 3 minute. It's that cross between bullet and 5 minute. That intersection. The 3 minute. Not quite. When I scheduled a load of 3 minute games once, I wasn't quite satisfied. They were offering too much, content, solid content. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I think 5 minute is, in general, if you're going to do postmortem, especially, 5 minute is more substantial. But let's see, bishop g4, because I'm not doing so much postmortem. I think the 3 minute is interesting for a banter session a little bit, to mix it in anyway. So let's see. Okay, so bishop b6. Am I losing a pawn here? It takes and bishop d5. He's not yet. In fact, takes bishop d5, bishop f2. I win the queen. Okay, so let's see. AB rook b7, bishop f7 to win the queen. Now I'm a bit stuck for what to do. Oh, he has bishop d6. I didn't notice. Okay, let me play this. Doesn't to hold b6 because yeah, queen b6 was his idea, right? If it takes, but now I'm protecting b6. All right, it's interesting anyway. Whatever this is, well, it was vaguely interesting. It was, and now I've gone down a piece. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I didn't expect that to happen. I've gone down a piece here. Can I get knight to f4? Oh, that was brutal. Just going down the piece. I really didn't expect that one. That was brutal. So knight f4. Try and do something from here. I don't know what. Exactly. Knight f4. That was a brutal way of losing a piece. I can't get over it. Did I really lose a piece there? That's just so unfair. So unfair. Okay. This is not happening. This is not happening. Threatening the mate. G3 knight h3. Actually, might be winning this knight on d2. f7 collapsing. Okay, if I took that, just to still have this attack on g2 for a moment. Oh right. Is that bishop e6? That will stop this becoming discovered a check. Bishop e6. Maybe. I think it's well, if he takes on f8, king takes. Okay, he's winning material like that. He's winning material again, is he?
Check.
2 pieces for the rook. Okay, let's stay off the light squares. Knight f3, queen e4. Can I cause any trouble here? Is there any way of causing any trouble against knight and bishop? So he's also got a few extra pawns. I don't know exactly what I can do here to cause trouble. What about rook d8? Hang on, rook d8. Cause a little bit of trouble, rook d8. For rook d1, that would be mating potentially if he doesn't protect his back row, which he does. Protect his back row. Can I get onto the back row here with rook b8, rook b1? So threatening rook b1 at least, still controlling c7. Back row threat here. King h7. I got this back row threat. If I do this waiting move, any other stuff I can do here? This pawn is getting menacing. There is a check in queen e5.
Check. Check.
Trying to cause some weaknesses. And now queen a1. He's got queen f5. It's another case.
Check.
Can he do this in 10 seconds? Maybe he can. Okay. G4. King e5. I'll just blunder the rook there. He didn't take it. That was maybe fortunate. Oh. Alright, 7 seconds. Trying to be a nuisance.
Time.
3. Oh, I'm sorry about this, guys. This is not exactly high quality tonight, I gotta say. Ah.
Check.
Oh. Got him on time there. That wasn't a mate, thankfully. Rocky top. Let's have a more decent 5-minute. Yeah, the 3 minutes showing its bullet aspect a bit too much. So I'm. I don't claim 3-minute particularly high quality though. In general, I think 5 minutes a little bit better. Bishop E7 and castle. So B5, Bishop B7 maybe. I hope this is possible. Sometimes you've got to watch out for this loose knight on C6. So rook C8, knight A5 to C4. Controlling that E4 square, yeah, going into C4. I think that would be a comfortable knight post on C4. I'm hoping. Let's see. What am I fretting? It looks like a reasonable position, and it looks like a more civilized game than the 3-minute ones. In terms of thinking, anyway, I'll try and think a little bit. Now I've got a good minute advantage to think actually for a minute without worrying too much. Let's see. Takes. Open up the bishop. Downsides of white's position there. Maybe knight A3 at some point. He's opening up this bishop. Okay. Ready for a battery of bishop A8. Controlling. Strategically, I might want the queen on A8 here. Can I arrange that? Maybe I can arrange it via B7, Queen D7, B7. Right, it's going for H7 it seems. If I just stop that in advance, Queen C2 for Bishop F6. If I stop that in advance, I know that's weakening some dark squares. Alright, E4, I wonder a Queen A7 actually might be more handy than Queen B7. Is blunting the C6 bishop. Let's see. Blunting the C6 bishop. I'm sort of happy with this position at the moment, I think. Can I stop his F-file usage? If I took and played F5, or knight D5 might be better, not to encourage it in the first place. Knight D5, I don't think I'm getting mated immediately after knight D5, so maybe I can play F5. It will still blunt the diagonal without encouraging any F-file activity. I was thinking takes in F5, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was good as well. But here it seems as though F5 without knight G5 might be okay. I can try and get back to this battery idea maybe. Let's see. Does he go knight C5 though? I've got the battery. E4. It's not doing too much. E4. Knight takes. I can nab a pawn on A3. Just nab a pawn on A3. So E4 seems discouraged. In fact, I'm threatening knight C3 and maybe bishop A3. Just nab this pawn for the endings to be more favourable in theory. So, yeah. Does he want to take E4? Okay, he's gone like that. I'm wondering if I can, yeah, just nick this pawn. Let's see. If he goes D5, I can bring the bishop back. Bishop C5 check. Take here, maybe take here. I don't think anything's too bad is happening there after d5. I can play the check. What else is there to think about here? Okay, bring the bishop back for a moment. Alright, bring it here
Check.
now. Check. Now can I just take that? I'm missing something here. Can I not just go rook e8 now and rook e3 and potentially rook f3 if he's not careful? This bishop's pointing at his king here. I'm wondering if, yeah, just rook e8, try and use the e file. Yeah, I can't see the attack here from white. It looks discoordinated. The pieces, they're not coordinated enough. Although having said that, queen h6 could start to be dangerous. Can I protect that for a moment? Play this just in case. Can I kick this queen out with bishop f8? Or try and win the queen with bishop e3. So queen b6, h5, bishop e3. I think that wins the queen. That would be interesting. Try and cheekily win the queen. So h5, bishop e3. Yes. The queen's got too many squares. Oh, hang on, there's f4 here. There's f4. Yes, f4. This is not mating, right? I can take and then bishop f8. I don't think that's mating. Oh, the rook is actually protected. Okay, thanks, Rocky Top. Thanks for the game. All right, let's try it on the maybe the 3 minute or the 5 minute. Try a system which I sort of like a little bit from the past. The Shirov system. Bishop d2, g4. Alright, it's not going like that particularly. That quick. c5. Quick c6 by him. I'm going to stop the queenside play, I hope. I was waiting for f4. Maybe he's kind of sensed I'm going to play g4 already. Actually, he's got that that sixth sense about it. That he doesn't want to play f4. That's curious. Okay, then there's a queen b6. Actually, I'd be losing the exchange if there was queen b6. It's good I've got a pawn here. I think it's an interesting position. I don't want to lose the a5 pawn to take with this. My rook's holding a5. Alright, I'm provoking, I think, some weaknesses. I'm not really convinced about this position. He is going to potentially win that pawn. Oh, got myself in knots. He's going to win a5, isn't he? Yes. Got myself in knots here. It's not something usually black is even interested in, the queen side, but yeah. Sort of pointing at the queen there a bit. I wonder g3, is that something? Right, go back for playing g3. Try and, okay, queen e2 hits that knight. I might have knight b5 hitting the queen. Take a knight d6 at least, knight f5. Now, can I play knight f5? I've at least got, I think, d6. Now, what's the point of that? Oh, e4. Let's hold e4 for fun and play for d6. And bishop c3 would be good. Bishop c3. I think my pieces are... I thought they were getting organised, but I'm not so sure. I think knight f4 is a pain, but there's bishop e5. Is there anything else going on that I should be aware of? Here, knight e7 hits f6. Knight f4, bishop e5, knight e7, queen f6, bishop g7. Maybe I take there, and queen if he takes on f6. So I'm hoping, I'm hitting f6 here, so I can just take and then queen. Don't think he's got an immediate check. And the check here, he's threatening mate. Well, there's queen e5 check.
Check.
To take the knight. I think this is fairly good news, especially compared to previous games. Okay, I actually managed to win a game, I think, on position there, on the 3-minute time control. Hooray! Okay, so this is a challenge on 5-minute. Okay, I think you have to be in a comfort zone to save a lot of time on the 3-minute. You have to be in a comfortable pet system. I think it really helps, because even then he rapidly did what I saw as kind of non-thematic stuff just to win the a5 pawn. I thought it was fairly non-thematic. Alright, I'm going to allow the rooks to come off and play g5 and queen h5. Now I've had this over the board game similar, well, vaguely similar, not with the rooks coming off, but trying to hold this f5 pawn and trying to put pressure on these light squares generally with this fianchetto. So it is kind of a reverse King's Gambit. Can I actually play g5 and f6? No. I've had a similar idea, but I think he is playing it energetically, the whole concept. Although queen h5 I should have considered just then. Naughty. I think I will take that. I'm not sure this is a great gambit, because there's g6. If it's king f8, g6, that pin winning material. King e7. Yeah, this doesn't look too happy for black if he has to play king e7. He isn't threatening knight g5, that's just a check there. I think this is a very pleasant looking position.
Check.
I wonder, just take the queens off. Is that... am I being too much of a chicken?
Check.
If I play bishop h3, I don't think there's any knight g5 there. Just hold this pawn. Actually, it is a bit greedy looking, bishop h3, but that pawn could be worth holding on for a moment more. He's letting me play for knight g8, maybe more than a moment. I thought he could snap it off just then with rook f8, but now I have knight g3. Maybe knight e4 check takes, knight e4 check, king d5. If I could win that bishop there tactically. But okay, it's time, I think, soon for d3. Now if knight b4, I think I've got king d1, but I lose f2. Knight b4 could be a pain. Alright, he's getting something which I didn't want him to. He's getting some play here, which shouldn't have allowed. Haven't I got c4 check? Hang on. Knight e4 works,
Check.
doesn't it? Well, when I say works, I mean I'm going to end up losing a rook if I'm not careful. So when I say
Check.
works, I mean what do I mean when I say works here? I've got to protect c2. I am protecting f2. There is good news about this. I'm protecting f2. Good. Alright, I'm letting him off there. I'm just collecting a few pawns. I think his strategy's been a success now, for whatever its strange strategy it was. It's been pretty successful the way I've played it. Can I get two connected passed pawns with f6? Takes g6. Doesn't that win the knight anyway? So I'm thinking he takes here, he takes there. I play g6. The knight is out of squares, isn't it? He plays f5. f5 will be a nuisance. I should really repulse this knight back. f5 is a nuisance. It saves... yeah, this is getting too tricky. Knight g5 is still two connected passed pawns. I'm losing the f2 one, but after h5 I've still got the two connected passed pawns. So, okay, take my f2. h5, h6, g7, h7, that's the plan. But this has been an unfortunate series of some events here. After that knight h6 to b4, yeah, I didn't realise. My position was a bit loose there with c2 and f2. So here, bishop f2, h5 with the idea of h6. I'm hoping to get back in the game at least. With h6, g7. Rook g8, h... okay, I don't want to actually... I got to make the most out of these two, not just give them up for just one rook. One rook is not enough. Wonder, king e2, rook g1. No, not rook g1. King e2 to start the ball rolling or not? Or c4, actually scrap that, c4, so I get bishop f6, then I play h7. So I've still got one of the pawns. I don't want to give both pawns up. Basically, okay, can I do this without giving both pawns up? King e2. He's going to play bishop d4. Oh no, not bishop d4. Okay, we're going to be back level pegging at this rate. Well, it'll be worse than rook and pawn ending. Oh dear. This is an unfortunate series of events that has occurred in this game. Ah. Oh boy. Rook e5 taking f4. I think I need some water. Right, I'm hoping rook e5 is good. I'm threatening rook f5 here.
Check.
Rook e7 and double the rooks.
Check.
I think I'm still back in the game here. Because rook g3, king f4, I'm back in the game, but certainly not what I imagined from earlier. Okay. I'm going to drop c3 now. No, I'm not sure this was a good move. Oh. Rook g3, yes, why not? Okay.
Check.
Oh no. What have I done? I keep playing this in a disastrous way, this game. Okay, but anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm playing a bit too quickly. That could be a point. That could be a point.
Check.
Trying to mate him with my king now. How likely is that? Or can I queen this pawn? I'll try and queen this pawn. So it'll be 4 against 1, but this pawn I think is more important than the 4. I can herd this pawn with my king. Okay, I'm going to herd the pawn with my king. I think this is very good news, this position. All of a sudden. Actually, I should have taken that c5 pawn. I'm continuing to try and not win this at all. There's rook f8. Oh boy. He can just sack his rook. He can just sack his rook. Rook f8 isn't strong enough. He can play a check. I don't know how. Okay. Whatever. It's happened. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm struggling here to actually get a position which, can be a winning position. Vaguely described as a winning position. Oh boy. He's not going to make it, is he? The one thing I have done is play this in 30 seconds, all this rubbish. I played it very quickly. So that's one thing when playing in a terrible way. To try and just play Gordon Bennett. There's a mate threat, isn't there? He's not going to make it. I've played this in such a bad way, but I really didn't use my only defense that I played is I didn't use my time very well. Okay, Augusta, hi. Let's try and play a bit better. Slapping face. Try and play a bit better. Naughty. I lost control there, really. I thought initially I had a good position.
Check.
Knight G5.
Check.
And this is a nice little trap. Usually. Try and stop that G4 square being used. Rook D1 for knight E5 looks good. Knight D5 here. Threatening knight C7. That's good news. That's clear cut to me that this is a good position to be winning a piece in. Not too much compensation going on.
Check.
Win C6. No, there's D5. And if knight E5, there's queen E5. So yeah, got to be careful. Right, I'll take it here for queen E4. Alright, this is definitely less controversial than I think the previous game. This looks like a clear piece up. Can I do something here? What can I do? Bishop G3, Bishop H4. Try and exchange off and win D6. I think I'm going to dismantle D6 here. If I can take off that bishop. I'm actually threatening now Queen G6 and Rook D7. This looks very, very bad. Queen G6. Actually win the rook here. Right, okay. Thanks for the game there. Play on the 3 minutes time control. Okay. Yeah, 3 minutes time control. Or the 5 minutes. Yeah, I can try for the 5 minutes as well, or the 1 minute. Okay. Sort of Benoni transposition.
Check.
Sometimes. Vaguely Benoni-like. By the way, acoustic-wise, I this week myself and a friend actually changed the CPU fan and cooler. I don't know if you've noticed on the session. I'm hoping you've noticed. There's a little bit quieter. My CPU, my computer. I hope is a little bit quieter this week. Anyway. Okay, is there anything going on here I should know about? Knight b5 hits the rook. It gives me queen b6, which might be interesting. Also, I think c4 might be interesting, but there's bishop e5, bishop e4. I'm on the rook there. Actually, c4, queen b4. Yeah. What about? Is that really of interest? Maybe. No, maybe not. Okay. Not yet. Give my knight g4. If I give my knight g4, the queen is looking at that diagonal, which could be of interest. I am concerned about c4, queen takes b4. What would I have to show for that? I can't. I'm just giving up the d4 square as soon as I play c4. Can I tease some weaknesses here? I don't mind particularly teasing some weaknesses on the other hand. Potential weaknesses on the dark squares. Okay, if I got to play... this knight c4 is going to be a pain. Can I use this a file? Does seem to be in an ideal position for e5. Unfortunately, okay, my knight is also struggling here. Yeah. Is that knight a3? Am I going to get hacked? Knight f4 coming up. Oh, blimey. This is scary. I have to take with a king. I don't know. It's scary, scary. Don't know. Stuck. If I take with the king, not to lose the e6 square, it's all pretty miserable. Okay, maybe I can. Right. It's pretty miserable. Oh, it's king h7 possible. Knight f4, king h7. Do I get hacked to death there? Yes, he can go into e6. Take, knight e6. Alright, let's unpin this guy anyway. So I might actually be threatening g takes. I think that might be a good idea in the circumstance. Except queen h5 and then knight f5 to follow. Probably not the best. Actually, that controls e6, okay, more centrally. But only 36 seconds to try and defend this. Let's see. Is it defendable? Rook g7? Maybe queen e5. Queen e5 check.
Check.
Queen's off. It's got knight f6. Don't think it does anything.
Check. 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 Time warning.
I'm losing another pawn. Oh, I shouldn't have allowed that. Oh no.
Check. Check.
Time burn?
Check.
Time burning. Time burning. Time burn. Sorry. I'm time burning tonight. I'm sorry. I can only apologise, but it is the nature of 3 minute. You need a good connection, internet connection for 3 minutes. It's not to be taken too seriously. I'm sorry. It was difficult not to get mated. I thought it was an achievement not getting mated there. I could just see his knight coming in to hit g6 and e6. it was a miracle I didn't have to play knight c7. Knight d4 was also holding e6. So I think at least I held it together so it wasn't just a forced mate or something. So I'm pleased. I'm a little bit pleased on certain aspects, but of course this isn't like this is skin of the teeth. Skin of the teeth. Let's play it. This GM probably doesn't want to play me. We're gonna have an abort request soon. But he did overlook a mate in one. It wasn't as if there wasn't an opportunity earlier. The mate in one would have finished him off. So I don't know. Okay, if I'd spotted it, which sometimes you have an intention behind certain moves, and that's why you don't spot these other little facilities that are created. This looks odd. I don't know. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's a little bit on the slow side, I think, isn't he? Or is it my imagination? Dov Hefferman. Knight b5 should have been considered there. Right. If he takes off, then I might have some f-file thing going on. Right, is this going to be a major attack? Can I play rook g1 and try and survive this? I'm thinking knight b5 to d6, if I can survive for a moment. Knight b5 to d6. Okay, his f-file attack, is that going to be strong? I can throw in knight d6, surely.
Check.
Oh, has he got knight e5? There's knight e5, knight f7 there. Forking king and queen. So both our kings have been displaced. I wonder if he's playing for d4. Knight d4. Is there something naughty there? Well, knight e5 is threatened. Right. Okay, that's trouble for me. That is big trouble. Knight c4 for queen d6. I don't think that does anything. So given knight e5 is threatened, what can I do here? I'm going to lose e3, aren't I? It's happening. I'm going to lose e3. Oh, let's blunt this pin. I don't like this pin. So then take on e5. Queen b4 check there. Maybe. He's got knight g4 check as well.
Check.
Queen d4. I know material down. It's probably just pretty easy.
Check.
For him. Okay.
Check.
Oh, it's bishop g6. Don't know how any of this happened.
Check.
g3. Yeah. That was unfortunate. I got dismantled there by him. Dismantled. Let's have a quick look. Where did that start going terribly wrong? Because it looked for a moment, if we get a chance, it looked for a moment as though d5 any good? e5. Maybe just simply not here to encourage it, but bishop g5, as mentioned, is safer structurally. It did start to be a bit disastrous later. Yeah. Okay. I think that structure, yeah, was bishop e3. I had an idea of the f-file. It never panned out. In fact, yeah, just so many weaknesses with that provoking knight takes e3 in that game. b6 and bishop b7 or knight e5 hitting c4, h5 h4 h3. b5. This looks like a glorious sort of position to have if I can get to play b5. There's lots of play here, juicy play. Okay, ed for the e-file. Don't mind my form pawn. It's good luck, that form pawn, I think. On h3. Can I do something with the e-file pressure? Rookie, just double rooks. Simply double rooks? Is that enough? I'm wondering, he's holding e4 very well with both knights. If I double the rooks though, okay, is he going to play knight e4? Okay, I think I might have to sack. I'm going to sack here because I don't like his dynamic play particularly. Try and win e3. This skewer of pieces. Can I get away with this or not? Hitting e4 again with that move. So I'm trying to win my material back. I can take that, can't I? I was knight f6. I take that. He takes there. Have a look at this.
Check.
Rook e2, is that any good? Or knight e3? Yeah, I've probably overdone things here.
Check.
Rook e3. Yeah, with 20 seconds it's probably a little bit tricky. This pawn maybe is interesting.
Check.
There's rook f5 and d2 here. This pawn's interesting. I think rook f5 for d2.
Check.
Trying a queen. A queen I protect g4.
Check.
A rook f1, trying a queen.
Check.
Oh no. Hang on, it's still queen there.
Check. Check.
I thought it was queening.
Check.
Time anyway. It's very difficult on a 3-minute game to actually contain the counterplay. If there is like counterplay like that, I don't know. In the time constraint, it's very difficult to meet that requirement on the clock. The reason I sat my bishop, it felt as if I was getting done over with his pawns. So I thought sacking the bishop would give me pressure on that e file. But then that was amazing c4 rook c4 for knight f6. Yeah, that made it very controversial for me. Okay, so bishop d7 b5. Bishop here. Bishop maybe taking off to try and win some dark square play. If I can take this knight off and then b5, that might be something. Rather than, yes. Okay. So take. I'm hoping for some coordination on b2 here with this b5 thing. I don't think it's too terrible. His e5, it's less scary actually than the previous game. That e5 in the previous game was pretty scary looking, with all the other pawn support and stuff. So this actually looks like a little bit of play here. Right. So c4 looks a bit vulnerable. The bishop's in the wrong place to hold c4. Can I take c1 and lose c5? If I just take there and recharge the blockade instead with knight e8. Okay, I could lose e7. I'll take on c4 and play rook d4 or something. Can I play rook d4? Queen c3 is hitting c5. Right, this one, let's play for maybe queen f6 would unpin and hit f3. I'm actually threatening anything there. No. Well, there's rook c8. Hang on, there's rook c8. Maybe we can go down. This looks good for f3 pressure. What does he do about his f3? Right, if I play rook c2 now, yeah, the forcing move of interest. Rook c2, so I can't move the bishop. Then I can. Okay, I think better than rook c2. Can't particularly see it because I can try and get both rooks on the 7th. He can play to win my knight. shocker. Check. Oh, check. It's unfortunate.
Check.
Losing time and losing position. Queen e3. Printing maybe rook c1. He's got the check here. I think he just plays queen e3. Exchange up. That was a good tactic. Okay.
Check.
Alright, that's not so bad. If I can get back on the clock, I don't think this is so bad. Because the knight's pretty strong. I might be winning at f4.
Check. Check.
Oh, hang on.
Time warning.
Oh, no. We've made things 6 million times worse. Oh, 13 seconds.
Check. Check. Check.
Oh well. Got him tactically anyway to equalise the position. Right. In the end, anyway. Okay, Benny wins 3 minute. Queen h5 for knight g4. Provoke weaknesses anyway. I think I'm going back to e5, but bishop h3 for knight f3. Right, bishop h3 for knight. No, f3. Yeah. f4 for f3. Has he got f4 himself? That pawn structure can't be too hot, can it? Alright, so knight e5 right, is looking like, what is this looking like? We're getting into some ending at this rate.
Check.
That was a mouse slip, wasn't it? Did he mean something else? I think he meant something else. Sorry. I don't think I should offer takebacks because this keeps it competitive. Sorry. It was a mouse slip. It was only a 3 minute game. Okay, sorry mate. He plays well, much better than his rating. I think he's once beaten me in one of these as well. Yeah, mouse slip. Okay. Plays well. A 3 minute auto pairing, or yeah, a 5 minutes. I don't know what you guys on stream prefer. Do you prefer 5 minute or 3 minute auto pairing? Do you have a preference? I'm trying both actually. Trying both here. 3 minute, 4 minute. Okay, we got 5 minute against Prince Panic. Oh, okay. This is a line with e6, but maybe he was expecting my f3. You know. This is kind of potentially bad. Benoni. Well, I hope. He hasn't fianchettoed that bishop. Knight d2 to c4. He's always got bishop f5. Can I do something about that? That's already a bit of a problem. That's an intriguing problem to have. I'll just move this bishop so I can play rook c1 for an off on bishop f5. Okay. He's not going b5. I'm just wondering. I don't want to drop d5 in a hurry. What about... Yeah, so I can't play this. There's no point playing that. Hold d5. I'm not sure what my plan is. Is there a plan? Is there a plan? What's sort of plan in this position? I can try and win this light square bishop maybe. He didn't offer it pigeonhole to go back to. Bishop e4, f3. Is it worth actually playing f3? Oh. Is that attack working? Didn't see that. Alright, is there rook g1 with some sort of g-file compensation? Well, I hope there is. Oh, there's queen h3 as well. Knight f3, there's rook f4. And this is knight g5 there. Queen... Queen... Crikey. Is there queen... Oh, there isn't queen e1. Oh, I'll do this. Maybe rook g3. Rook f4, rook g3. Do I get any g-file compensation? That's the thing I'm wondering about. Knight g5, trying to evict the queen, or rook g3. Can I double? Not that it's doing anything on g7 at the moment. Yeah. Doesn't do anything. Might do if I triple. He's always got g6. It's not really happening there. That was a neat tactic. Unfortunately, it seems as though that was a neat tactic. What he did, there was another bomb blast there. Want to win d5. I don't think I've got anything. This is miserable. This is, I've been out tactics completely here in this game. Miserable. It's probably, I'm going to resign soon. It's okay. 2
Check.
minutes. I don't know. Is there any way of getting some play? Any little cheapos? Anything? Anything at all? Can I pin this bishop? Get the queen over there?
Check.
Knight c2. What a miserable game this was. What a miserable game this was.
Check. Check.
Yeah, well played. Well played. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. J. Russell 2. That was a very good tactic by him, though. I think. Maybe. Okay, so knight e4 and f5. Right, this looks good for the diagonal anyway. Pressure on f2. Yes, pressure on f2.
Check.
Win d2 here. Now rook takes, there's check. If takes, I take. Right, so I think I just want a bishop. Okay, let's try another IM on the auto pairing. Let's try and not get smashed so easily tactically. Hopefully, play the English opening. Now this line with d4, I sometimes do well in that. Can I undermine immediately? Not. This bishop could be good. At least I've ruled out the e5 square use. At least it's coming in for d3, right? Maybe I can kick this knight one day with I'm wondering knight c1 before it's too late. Alright, it's queen a4 if that does anything. H3 to kick this one. Well, that's causing trouble. And king h2. Oh, he's got knight h5 as a possibility. On to queen g6. Okay. I want to be able to answer this plan, knight h5, queen g6. I'm not too worried about b2 at the moment. I'm just wondering about this plan. If I play bishop f1, okay. Queen, okay, his rooks. Oh no. Oh, g4. No. Wow. Oh. Am I asleep tactically? I'm just asleep. Okay, I'm tactically asleep. Can I play g4 at least? I put this bishop so it's eyeing g7 and play for g4. Try and wake up! Stop it! Try and look at the tactics of the position. Wake up before it's too late. Okay. Hitting the rook. Alright, taken rook g5, I get mated on h3. What if I double here? Okay, it's not too terrible, is that? If I double queen h6, okay. There's rook g6 for queen h8. Is he going to sack the exchange? I assume he's sacking the exchange. Still got queen d8 now. Might be back in the game, I don't know. He's got the check. That's dangerous. I thought he'd try the check. There's rook f4 here. And then these checks. Yeah. Queen f6. Might be threatening e6. e7, queen f8. In the meantime, he's got his passed pawn.
Check.
Can I get my king to the rescue here? With, he's got e2 there as well. Just an unfortunate diagonal.
Time warning. Check.
Oh, I thought I was having something there. Oh, I'm getting tactically done over. I'm getting really tactically done over. Yeah, that was terrible. Okay, yeah, it's really tough, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh, water. Oh, trying to get back on the king side. I thought I was getting something on the king. Yeah, no, it's too dangerous. If he had played king g7, I think it was queen f8, checkmate. But he didn't fall for that, unfortunately. Yeah, it's tough. Let's see. 5 minutes. Down the 5 minutes. Try an Albin counter gamut. Right, I've played this gambit method before with some compensation, I seem to remember. Okay. Bishop seems... I think that'll be interesting. The dark squares here. Knight f4 after. C5 looks very weak, actually. Queen g6. Is that possible? I'm not sure what I'm threatening, though. I'm taking the bishop f5. Okay, take the bishop f5. This looks like I'm weakening my e5. It's pretty controversial stuff. Okay, maybe he's just got g3. Just g3 probably. I'm going to do g3. Alright, it's not going for that. I thought knight d3 might be interesting at some point.
Check.
Knight d3 coming up. Will he sack the exchange? Oh. Takes again. Oh, his queen's attacked after. Why can't I do this? I'm taking his queen. Knight g5, I take.
Check.
Takes my queen. Take his queen. And there's rook b2 for the back row here. It's good he hasn't got bishop d3, rook c2, rook c2. Bishop d3 is ruled out at the moment. The knight on f4 covers d3. Alright, he has got that, okay. You can weave a mating net here, knight g3. Take, threatening, rook b1, mating. I think I'll do that for a laugh.
Check.
So I let him take here for rook b1, mating. Not entirely easy to parry. Right, it's relinquishing this. I can pawn. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? He's protecting that pawn. Oh, Muppets. Anyway, yeah, rook g2, rook h2. If I get the chance, he's only got 4 seconds to finish me off. If he's not mating, then he's had it, hasn't he? 2 seconds. All right. Anyway, okay. Okay. How am I in the final possession? I'm a little bit better apparently on that brief analysis. Okay. Okay, let's see. Throwing a bullet game in the mix for a minute. Let's play King's Gambit. Oh, this is an interesting line. So we've gone into some sort of weird stuff instead. Where's rook? His rook is pin. Yeah, it can be quite shallow, these 3-minute games. They're a bit shallow, the tactics. F6. Alright. My rook's protected anyway. This guy. The question is, can I manage to counterplay it in this time limit? That's the big question. If I get a knight to h5, I think I want to take that. The thing is, am I giving him a counterplay or not? I wonder. That's a bit ruled out of the game. That's the thing. Can you manage counterplay that easily at this time limit? That's the name of the game. I'm going to go back for queen. My dark square control is lacking. If I can get some dark square control, that'd be pretty cool. Right, queen g1. Maybe king e2. Okay, king e2 and rook d1. So my pieces are connected, so there's less loose pieces. Centralize. I think bring a knight to c4 somehow. I think my king needs to get off that dangerous diagonal. Has he got back in the game? But maybe he has.
Check.
Yes.
Check.
Set that guy at least. Knight h5. He's going to be queening. I'm close to a queen over there as well. G7. There's bishop h5 on king f7. So I'm going to be queening. This is an interesting position. Four queens game. We've managed to create an interesting position somehow.
Check.
I'll take that. Or just ignore it. I can't ignore it. I'll lose my queen.
Check.
Surely I'm just mating him with queen g7, queen c7. If I get a few checks in, surely he's doomed.
Check. Check.
Queen d7, queen c5. Oh. Got a challenge. I'll play this challenge. It's very difficult to, I can only repeat, it's very difficult to manage counterplay. It's a general idea in chess, I think. If you can manage counterplay a bit, reduce counterplay, you want to win games without too much counterplay and controversy, basically. But it's very difficult to keep control of a position in 3-minute chess. Very difficult. So that was nearly going off the edge, but not quite. I think this might be the last game of the session, because we're approaching 11 PM UK time. I hope you've noticed an improvement to the sound acoustics. I'm hoping there was. Knight d6 if bishop c1. Okay, let's take here, and then queen h5. Queen h5. So knight h6, knight f6. If he takes, yeah, I think this is
Check.
Yeah, because I'm on h7 with both pieces. I'm on h7 supporting the queen here. Okay. Oh, there might be time for one more 3-minute game. Actually, that was quicker than I imagined. Let's try and get revenge on this guy. That would be sweet if it's possible, but he's very dangerous, as you can see from our previous thing here. He's seeing pretty nifty tactics. And this game I have been using as a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh, and sometimes it has been fun. Although here, okay, I'm provoking him to win a piece. Yeah, I'm just hoping that he's got some weaknesses. This might not be the case. I might have overdone this idea, because I noticed there's bishop e4, so at the moment the idea is not brilliant. I mean, he has compromised his king, but will it be enough for a whole night? If I can get to play queen c6 without bishop e4, that might, I'm hoping that's interesting. He's got king h2. I think this guy's pretty dangerous. Yeah, I think he's... I'm not quite convinced anymore. Okay, can I get this pawn? And try and use the h file. Oh, there's knight f5 or bishop f5. I'm trying to, if I can use this h file, I think it would have been something.
Check.
So nothing is happening, is it? Or d5 even for queen f4. Can I get the queens off?
Check.
No, he's mating me. Well, that's rather cruel. Wow, I don't think I've ever... I don't know. I don't think I've got such a beating in my favourite opening before. Ah, blimey. Okay, one more 3-minute game. Yeah. I've seriously, played that against other games. I don't think I've had such a beating. I don't know. The f4 e5... Yeah, it's not usually that bad for 3-minute. But anyway. Actually, it's 11 o'clock now. Okay, so I'll try and check up on that lines to sort of see Okay, I think we should call it a night now. And okay. Oh, I didn't mean this game, but if he wants to play, I mean we can. I didn't mean this game to happen. Okay. Okay, let's see. So bishop h3. Try and take out this thing from his position over here. Wonder f5. We've got knight f4 coming. What about bishop h6? Queen c3, f6. Let me just take that off. Let me just take that off for a moment. Queen g7. This is conservative play. I'm not really aiming for. It's just that I think. Okay, if I'm not losing material immediately, that's good enough for a moment. d5, Queen g7 coming up. Or not. See here, cd. Not to lose the c6 pawn now. ed, 95, queen c6. So knight f4. I'm going to play queen g7 here. Oh, there's knight e6. No, there isn't. Just hallucinating. Okay. It's okay. It's dangerous, but yeah. If I unpin straight off the bat with knight f5. Playing c6 after. Plays rook d5. King f6. It's not a glorious rook and pawn ending. I think I have to defend the pawns. So king e6 and try and hold on. I'm in the zigzag, or not. Yeah, I'm in a sort of zigzag. I have to go behind this pawn. Would that offer some drawing chance? This is okay. Sort of interesting. Is yeah. If I can keep the rook active with checks and go behind the pawn, there might be some sort of drawing chance in my dream for this position. I'll take on a2 and get behind the pawn. Right, get this pawn off there. Go back here.
Check.
It's still pretty miserable, as miserable goes.
Check.
The thing is, can you do it in 20 seconds?
Check.
He's going to be really pissed off at me if he can't.
Check. Check. Check.
Yeah, that looks pretty convincing. Could give him the benefit of the doubt here.
Check. Check.
At 12 seconds. Do I test this any further?
Check.
9 seconds.
Time.
Instantly. Okay. Nope. Okay, it's pretty tough on this 3-minute auto pairing. It is actually really tough. I gotta stop now. I've had such a beating. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Okay. Okay. I think we're over time now. Okay. I'm gonna stop here. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. There were some interesting games. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Comments, questions, appreciate it. And see you next week. Okay. Thanks very much.